again, and welcome back to a new video. So since it was requested or whatever, a little bit of flank gameplay, so to talk a little bit of decisions I make, or just, I don't know, a little bit of educational stuff, where you want to play as flanks, whatever. So as Zhin, or especially on not especially on Zhin, no matter what flank you play, you either on this map on Bright Marsh, I like to start off on right side or on left side. It kind of depends. For Andrew, you could also I don't know, start off on left side, or I don't know, whatever side you feel more comfortable on. But I personally like to start off usually on right side when playing Zhin, because Zhin doesn't have the mobility to make it easy to close the distance on left side. So that's why I just like to play on right side, because here you are just low ground, you don't really have the distances. So and basically I don't know, Iago is the last person, player, whatever I want to focus. So see how I always try to focus squishies, or always try to fight against squishies first. Now they are dead, I can turn around. Okay, I see Iago's dead, so I push up again. Cause Zhin is pretty annoying against squishies, because you have so many escape abilities. You have your counter, which is already pretty annoying. Then you can reset your counter. I'm not using the card on a high level. I think it's only on level 2 or whatever. You can reset your counter while you're just going on point and ulting Iago. Because I only play Guillotine because of Iago. Because I feel like it's just too annoying to play against Iago. That's why I play Guillotine against her. I usually don't like playing Guillotine, because I like the extra damage of Yomi, but I don't know, against Iago I just don't care, because I hate playing against Iago, and especially against Iago Furia comp. So that's why I pick Guillotine against those two. So always try to play against squishies first, as I said, because they are easier to kill. You have so many escape abilities. You have your counter, can reset your counter while hitting your counter. You also have your ability to basically get out of everywhere. So that's why you just pretty annoying. No, I'm crippled by the fire. Because you're just, yeah, I don't know. It's so hard to actually kill Zhin. You actually have to be really careful when you play against him, or his abilities, or whatever. It's just annoying. It's just so easy for Zhin to 1v1 squishies. And that's not a particular thing for Zhin. Always try to play against squishies first, because I know many people think the flank always has to go for the healer, so they kind of focus, or only focus the healer, but that's just not true. You basically have to, I don't know, finish up some kills, because you have a lot of burst potential on most flanks, and just make it harder for the enemy flank to focus your healer. See how I always try to fight the enemy flank when they attack my Furia, or when they try to go on some flank routes. And it's not like I'm focusing the Furia. It's not like I always try to kill Furia first. I always try to make it easy for myself to kill Furia. That's why I decide to, or I choose to play against Koga, I choose to play against Vora, I choose to play against Tyra, because when they are dead, it's easy for me to kill Furia. They are basically there to protect her. So I think that's just good advice for flanks or whatever. Try to choose your battles. You know probably who you have it easy against, or whatever. I actually should have waited until the yeah, beam was over. See, it's like I always try to focus the one being the lowest, so to say, because as a flank it's so easy to finish up kills. You don't have to be there to deal damage or whatever. I just try to annoy them, kill them fast, whatever. Try to always choose the one being lowest on HP. Again, just ulting Iago. Basically always want to use my ult for Iago. Because, I don't know, I just hate playing against Iago. And I feel like flanks are best in 1v1s. So, if the Koga would have stayed with Vora, I would have backed up because they had 2 flanks, or even if it would have been Taiwo or whatever, it doesn't matter. If they are 2 versus 1, it's obviously harder for me. So always try to choose actual 1v1s you can win or whatever. And if you recognize it's too hard for you to win, back up and get back. It's no value if you die or whatever. And this is a pretty good spot here. As well on this map. Just stay in the window or whatever. I mean, I'm pushing up. I'm pushing out of the room now. You also could like the little window, and you could stand up here and just spam out of the window. Always a pretty good spot for DPS or flanks on this map. Or the little room on the left is also pretty good to spam through or whatever, because you are kind of behind cover, not showing yourself too much, but still can deal at least one damage. At least it can deal a little bit of damage. And always try to rotate. Don't stay in one side or on one side for too long. Try to rotate. If you recognize one side is too hard, or just get around. I don't know. Adjust what's going on and stuff like that. See, I don't want to really push out of this because then it's too dangerous for me. It would be 1v3, so that's why I kind of backed up and let my healer heal me and then get out, so to say. So yeah, I guess pretty quick game. I am not sure if Iago was there the whole time. I don't know, but I still think there are some good points you could take from this or could learn from this. I don't know. I think I just do another Zhin game. Let's hope it gets better or whatever. So welcome back, second game, same map, same champion, so to say. So Zhin, but I think we're on the other side. A little bit of change, I don't know, whatever. Not playing against Iago, so that's why I play Yomi. And kinda want to start off with Rekka, cause I feel like on most flanks Rekka's pretty good, especially if you play if you play against top, because you're probably the one focusing his or playing against his target, his shield target. So if he's going to pocket the enemy flank or whatever, it doesn't have to be a flank, it also could be a DPS who can go in easily or whatever. And I personally feel like it's just easier for you to confirm kills, win the 1v1 if you get Rekka, because then the shield is easier for you to destroy. And that's why I think flanks are, well, it's good for flanks to push up. Here I used my Billow early because there was still some time between, not sometimes, some distance between Liana and me, and I was afraid that if I wouldn't have used my Billow, she probably could have used her Q on me or just normal shots and killed me before I reach her. So that's why I used my Billow early, to make sure I can reach her without getting any further damage. I also had the hope that I maybe get a heal by my supports, especially when using your Billow, because then you're not affected by cauterize, so they can heal you perfectly. I didn't get the heal, but that's fine. But I could close the distance between Liana and me, and I could kill her. And because I could kill her, I got the reset of my Billow again, so I could get out. So like when the generals grabbed me, I could just use my Billow again and get out, because I survived against Lian, closed the distance, and killed her to get the reset. Again, I kind of just want to be annoying, spam around here, deal some damage, maybe get out some resources. That's all what I can do here, because they also they don't really want to commit, so we need our tank to stay on the point a little bit, to push the card. now I see Lex and Janus being low. That's why I decided to use my dash or wall or whatever to get on right side to pressure them at least, or kill them. So let's see if they can retouch, if they can, I don't know, maybe they use another ult, I don't know, but no, it doesn't seem like. Okay, so first push, really quick. So this time I kind of want to start off on right side, but I don't want to push. See, I just stay here to look around corners, see what's going on. And there are 3 people, and there's also one of them is Torf, so that's why I don't really want to commit and push in, because Torf can easily save them. I would need to use a lot of cooldowns or resources to get a pick, and it's just not worth it for me going in. That's why I just waited. I wanted to see what's happening. They didn't commit either, so that's why I rotated and got back to my team.
Thanks. Yes.
I could stay here for a little bit longer, because I know my Billow is close to be off cooldown. But now I hope I survived the silence of Torf. Yes, great, because Janus interrupted his silence by his grab. And now I just want to get out, because it's just too hard for me to get any kills or any value out of the fight against Janus and Torf. Remember last game when I said I always try to focus Crucius first? For against Torf, it's a little bit different, because Torf is way more vulnerable than the Crucius. He has more HP, yes, so it takes a little bit longer to kill him, but he's way more relying on the help of his team, so it's way easier for me to kill Torf if he doesn't get any help, which is more likely in casuals, especially, that you don't get that much help, because you're just most of the time not using Roy Shed and stuff like that, or people are just playing on their own. So that's why it's I'm just countering here, because he would have killed me probably. It's great how my weapon keeps doing this. So that's why I always try to, yeah, also I think use his ult for mobility, because his ult basically sucks if you don't play guillotine. So that's why I like to focus Torf first, because it's pretty unlikely that he gets so much help that he actually survives, and if Torf is dead, then it's way easier for me to get kills, because then they don't have a shield which can save them. So that's the only reason, or the only thing where I probably would choose the tank to focus first instead of the squishy or whatever, because he's easier to kill. He relies more on his team, and if he is dead, it's also easier for me to kill the rest of his team. So I know she missed her eminent shot, but I still don't want to push her because I'm too low. And I don't know which cards she's using. Whatever. Maybe she got a limb because of the I don't know, whatever. So that's why I don't want to push her. And I'm, yeah, basically dead here because I got silenced. I should have billowed instead of countering. But I kind of wanted to use my billow or to go in or whatever. So I just hope that, I don't know, and get pushed by someone else, can counter it and then get a heal by my team. But that's fine. It doesn't matter, or it didn't matter really if I survive or not, because my team is still on the point, my team is still pushing. So, yeah. I always like to play around this room, because I can decide where I want to go. I can either go the same side as Charlene when or whatever. Yeah, and now I'm just ulting to confirm the kills, because they were so low they would have died, or they would die to my ult, and I wanted to finish it quick. So I hope you I don't know, learned maybe something from this. Try to do more flank games. So hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you've had a nice day. Thanks for watching. Always remember, you guys are awesome.